Am I audible?
Okay, start with basic introduction about Vedam School of Technology, who has basically powered this boot camp. Okay, and then we will start with this boot camp. Okay, I hope everyone is clear. Please let me know when my screen is visible. Hello. Sorry, everyone. Am I audible? Please let me know in the comments. Okay. Yes, I am audible and visible. So yeah, let's introduce you to Vedam School of Technology. Okay, so Vedam School of Technology is a new age college. So I think you know the difference between a new age and a traditional college, right? So basically here, so I will tell you everything about Vedam School of Technology. It's a new gen college which provides BTech in computer science. Okay, and the BTech degree is UGC approved from its partnered universities. We are partnered with two different universities. One is France University, which is in Gurgaon, and the other one is Ajingia Diva Patil University, which is also one in Gurgaon and one in Pune. And you get BTech degree, which are UGC approved from these universities. Okay. So when I talk about what sets us apart, what sets Vedam School of Technology different from other traditional colleges or even other SOTs. So here at Vedam, you get to code from day one, which is not just a gimmick or anything. It's you actually get to code from day one. And when it comes to selection, only top 5% students get selected at Vedam School of Technology through the VSET exam. Okay. And the curriculum is heavily for AI. Upon your admission, you will get a personalized MacBook of your own. And the instructors are here from Google, Microsoft, Cars 24. Okay. So I think this part is clear to you. Next, here are some of the talented students who have joined Vedam School of Technology last year. You can see they have secured more than 96 percentile in JEE mains. Okay, and still they have chosen Vedam School of Technology for its innovative approach. If I talk about some achievements that have happened in the first year at Vedam School of Technology, so here around 8 plus students have secured paid internships at companies like Say Labs, Whirlpool. So you get an idea, okay, like students in the first year are getting paid internships, okay, and at top companies, top MNCs, right? So these are some of the achievements that students are doing and getting in first year. So here are some other examples. So I hope you have heard about LFX mentorship. So it's this is an open source competitions where only 1600 students are selected all over the world, and out of which two students, Divyam Jha and Krisiv Mahajan, got selected at LFX mentorship from Vedam School of Technology. So they have secured a stipend of 2.8 lakhs and 2.73 lakhs. Sorry. And this is Mohammed Shah. As a result, he was awarded a bug of a bounty of 7.57 lakh. Okay. So here, let me tell you the process to get admissions at Vedam School of Technology. So you have to apply for the VSET exam. Okay. And then after paying the examination fee, you have to appear for the exam. This exam is an online exam, and after the examination, you get to sit in the interview. You appear in the interview, and after the results are declared, you can book your seat. So if you have a very good academic, very strong academic profile, also if you have some technical uh, capabilities as well, you can directly sit in the interview without apply for the visa. You have to pay the examination fees, and then you can directly go into the interviews. Our team will reach out to you in such situations. Okay. And this is the link. If you want to apply at Vedam School of Technology, you can just scan this QR code and you can apply. Okay. I hope I'm clear. If you have any question, please let me know in the chats. Fee structure, I will let you know the fee structure and everything in a while. Uh, let's just start with the bootcamp first. Let me introduce you to Gaurav Roy. Hi, Gaurav. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Uh, Gaurav, you're not audible.
1 second. Hello. Am I audible now?
Just
Am I audible? Okay. Okay. No worries.
Yes. So, hi everyone, this is Gaurav Roy. So, he is a senior software engineer at Microsoft, and he has also worked with companies like Adobe, Samsung, and Amazon as well. So, hi Gaurav, you can introduce yourself to everyone.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Gaurav. I'm currently working in Microsoft as a senior software engineer. I have been in this field around for 10 years, and fortunately, I had my hands on in several new technologies, starting from iOS, Android to web, and all the others. I've been working in Microsoft for the last 4 years now, and prior to that, I was in with Amazon. Prior to that, I was with Adobe. Then prior to that, I was with Samsung. So various projects across various different companies. But what I would say to you all is that this is probably the best time to be in tech. Which college are you from? Yeah, I'm from ISM Dhanbad. So currently it's IIT Dhanbad. Um, yeah. So what I would say is that this is probably the best time to be in tech because you have a lot of things that we didn't have at that particular time whenever we used to develop things. My screen is blur. Okay, 1 second. Let me change some video settings. Is it okay now? I think there is some reflection from the window. Okay, no worries. I'll just share my screen, and once we start, I'll just quickly introduce myself. Okay, so then as I was saying that Right now, this is probably the best time to be in tech, because you have a lot of things that we didn't had at our time, and we have certainly been utilizing that to the fullest at Microsoft and um, every other company you can count on. So in Microsoft, we are pretty much using Copilot and Claude for day-to-day works, even bug fixings, understanding the code base, writing mails, writing responses, everything is now AI driven. So I would say this is probably the best time to be in this environment. And no, AI is not replacing senior CS students. Layoffs are happening, but I would say it's not actually related to AI. What happens is that there is this change that generally happens when older technology stacks become non-relevant. So, for example, um, about 7 6 7 years before now, PHP was very popular. Now it's not that much popular. Now JavaScript, Nodes, and all those texts have been replaced. So you can think of AI as just an abstraction on top of your code. Using AI is important, and on the basis of how you use AI, your worth is basically defined. So it's like the same thing that the new tech stack is now AI driven, and you have to bump up yourself and your knowledge for that. Yes, you can use AI for writing programs, and coding is still relevant to learn, but the scale is changed. Previously, the scale was that you'd have to know everything, probably syntax errors and everything, but now that's not much an issue. Yes, the companies are actually laying off because of the skills, because right now everything is going AI first. So I would give you one example. Like if we start from 2015, at the early stages of Android and iOS, everything was going mobile first. So you would have seen that apps were replacing a lot of web pages and all. Then again, we moved to a server client server model. So then again, web became more important. Then cloud became more important. And then now it's the case for AI. So does this also affect cybersecurity as well? So it does. The reason being is that uh, chaining a lot of LLMs, you can theoretically build a lot of systems where cracking things becomes more easier. So this does affect cybersecurity, and so cybersecurity also is going, in a direction where AI is influencing the work over there. What skills we want to develop for placing in top tier companies? So see, the fundamentals are the most important thing. uh, Whichever language, whichever path you choose, see, it's like working with AI is that you'll have to tell AI properly what do you want. Okay, so if you are not confirmed about yourself that yeah, this is the system I want to build, then AI would probably mess up. And we are finding this very common across a lot of companies where AI costs have risen up, and there is a specific uh, job description that is now very popular, which is called as AI code cleanup. So this happens. So it's just like that. So what should a okay, so there are a lot of questions. Uh, okay, let's start with the bootcamp, and probably we can take a pause in the middle to answer more of the questions. I'll be very happy to answer all of your questions, and I'll ensure that all of your questions are answered. Okay. Okay. So by beginning, let me just discuss the objectives that we are planning for this session. So first thing, uh, I'll make sure that you are able to explain in your own words what is vibe coding and how it is different from traditional programming. Okay. Then second objective is to write clear, specific prompts that get better results from an AI coding assistant. Then recognize and use basic game development vocabulary, since we'll be developing a Super Mario game, for canvas, sprite, game loop coordinates, gravity, and collision detection. And then we'll try to build, run, and play a browser based mobile inspired platform game using any LLM of your choice. Okay. And then we'll also try to debug a broken program by reading error messages and describing the problem clearly to AI. And lastly, By the end of this session, I want you all to feel confident enough to keep experimenting and keep building your own games. Okay. Now, just a prerequisites. I had already shared it to the team beforehand, but I'll just repeat it so that everyone is available with this. You should have a laptop or a desktop uh, available where you can actually work on this. A modern browser, Chrome, Edge, or Firefox. A free account on at least one of the following platforms: ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or any of the LLMs that you have. A stable Wi-Fi or internet connection, um, and yeah, zero coding experience. My voice is breaking. Hello, is it clear now? Yeah, free account on Claude is okay. Free account on Claude is okay. Okay, let's start. Okay, so I need you to type yes in the comment section if you have ever played Super Mario. Okay, nice, nice. A lot of people have played. Awesome. Okay, so also raise your hand or please type yes in the comment section if you have ever wondered how a game like this is actually made. Awesome, awesome, nice. So here's the promise for today. By the end of these 2 hours, you'll be actually able to build your own working Mario style game, a character that runs, jumps, collects coins, and dodges enemies. And you are going to do it without writing code in any traditional way. Uh, is okay, guys. Can you ping whoever is finding my voice distorted? So that would be important. Voice is clear. Okay.
Hi Gaurav. Yeah, your voice is clear. I think they are having a network issue.
Okay. 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 That's fine. Okay. Cool. Uh, okay. So this is a first take on AI, and I would describe everything as we go through with this. So okay. So can you type in the comment section? Uh, okay. Let me just turn off the camera. The light is pretty distracting. I'll just share my screen. Is my screen visible? Okay. Awesome. Okay. So I want you all to type in the chat section. What is the favorite part of yours in a Mario game? Anything. It could be anything. What is your favorite part? The sound effects, levels, the challenges, coins, speech, the way he kills coins to collect coins, visuals. Nice, 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 nice. Awesome. Okay. So uh, uh, let's set some expectations. So a few ground rules for today. There is no such thing as a dumb question. Okay, we are going to break things on purpose because that's actually how you learn the fastest. And every single one of you is going to leave here today with a real playable game that you have built and one that you can send to your friends. Okay, sound good? Give me a yes or thumbs up in the chat section. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so now I want every student to open a browser tab to either Chat GPT or Claude or Gemini. Any free tier is fine. Okay, we'll start from there. Let me do one thing. Let me have side by side screens so that I can answer to all of your questions as well as do it. Okay, all right. Yeah, cursor is not actually required because as of now we won't be coding anything. We'll be just describing what we are about to code with Claude or any other AI tool. So no coding things is required. Okay. Winning amount you'll have to check with the panelists. I'm not sure about that. Okay. Gemini is better than anti-gravity. So there are you can have comparisons across different LLMs, but for this, since we are designing a basic game, any LLM will do fine. Okay. Okay. So by the time you open your browsers and all, let me just quickly introduce what is actually vibe coding. So here is the simplest definition I can give you. Vibe coding means describing what you want in plain English, just like you're talking to a friend, and letting an AI write the actual code for you. The focus is always on what, okay? The AI and handles the how. This term was actually coined by Andrej Karpathy, a well-known AI researcher who has worked at Tesla and OpenAI. He described it as building software where you almost forget the code even exists. You just describe the vibe of what you want, look at the result, and keep nudging the AI until it feels right. That's where the name comes from, vibe coding. Think of it as being a movie director instead of an actor. A director doesn't act out every scene themselves. They describe the vision and the crew brings it to life, while the director watches and gives notes. More energy here, try that again, but faster. That's exactly what you'll be doing with AI today. Okay. Uh, you are the director of your own game. Another way to think about it is ordering food at the restaurant. You don't need to know how to cook to describe exactly the dish that you want. Okay. You can just send it back if it is not right. Okay. So how is vibe coding different from traditional coding? So in traditional coding, how you build is entirely different. You start exact syntax, brackets, semicolons for a specific programming language. Yes, yes, actors and crew are AI. Yes, it is productive in the sense that uh, in the sense that you can get a lot of things done. So let's say you already have a code base, okay, that you have no idea about, and then you can just feed the code base to an AI and ask it to do some implementation, some changes. That's all possible with vibe coding. Okay. Yes, for vibe coding you don't need to know the actual code. No, it cannot replace traditional coding altogether. Reason being, there are a lot of constraints in vibe coding. It cannot design systems in terms of optimization. Okay. Any tips on how to optimize token usage? I'll share the documentation with the team. Yes, learning coding is important. Your college is right. Okay. Chavi Singh had asked some question. How can we see when other app meeting is not visible? Okay. You're not able to see my screen, Chavi? Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah. AI cannot design the system altogether. You need to have very clear priorities that AI can actually follow. Okay. You can earn money by selling these games, but they need to be more refined. So today we'll be just doing the basic stuffs. Okay. Okay. Let's start. So, okay, continuing on the difference between traditional coding and vibe coding. In traditional coding, a typo can break everything. In vibe coding, AI actually catches the typo itself. So if you write a spelling wrong or something, there is no issue. Okay, vibe coding you can start right now, whereas in traditional coding you'll have to learn the language and then work upon it. And the same thing that is common in all of this is that you need to think logically, test your work, and know what good looks like. Okay, so you should be very focused on the result. Okay, Rupam had asked one question. We can get certificates. That you should ask the panelists. I think. Jay, no, you didn't miss anything. We are just starting. Okay. Okay. So just a couple of new nuances before we get started. Vibe coding does not mean understanding nothing about how things work. The best vibe coders still understand the basic ideas: what a button does, what a variable is, how a game keeps redrawing the screen. Today, we learned just enough of those ideas so you can talk to an AI like a pro and catch it when it makes a mistake, because it will. Okay. Okay. So, uh, can you give me a thumbs up in the chat section if you have already used ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini? Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. A lot of people are using it. Uh, no, there are a lot of other things also that is needed to launch the game in Play Store and host it on server. So that would be beyond the scope of this session. So we'll focus mostly upon creating the Super Mario game. Okay. Okay. So any tool will be sufficient over here. Okay. Now let's write our first vibe coded program together. Open your AI tool, and like I have opened Claude, and just type this. What should we do? Create a single HTML file. Okay, still it would have worked, but it's fine. With a big, colorful headline that says, I am learning to vibe code. Okay. Um, Now let's some add some animations also. Make the text rainbow colored with a fun, bouncy animation. Animation, and let's add a background and give the page a light blue background. Okay. So this is the prompt. This is the very basic prompt that we can try out. So I want you all guys to try this with me. Okay, just create a single HTML file with a big colorful headline that says, that says, I am learning to vibe code, make the text rainbow colored with a fun bouncy animation, and give the page a light blue background. Now let's give it to the LLM and let's see how it does. So in a lot of contexts, you can actually see what exactly the AI is doing. Like in this case, it will show you that it is actually creating the code. You can actually check the code as well. And once it is done, it will then render the HTML over here. So here you can see. Now this, uh, if we use in a standard environment with HTML, you would need to understand what is an HTML, how it works, okay, how you add animations, all those things. But in vibe coding, none of this is required. Okay. Uh, all right. Yeah. So give me a thumbs up if you are able, if you have been able to do that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. Okay. So for people who are not using Claude, Chat GPT, or Gemini, are you able to see that? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Awesome. Awesome. Nice. Okay, that's it. You just vibe coded your first program. You didn't write a single line of HTML yourself. You just described what you wanted and the AI built it. That's the whole loop. Describe, generate, run, look at it. This is the heartbeat of everything we'll do for the next 2 hours. Okay. Okay. Now let's do something else. Let's let me shrink it further. Okay. Now let's do something else. The bottom of the screen is visible, right? where I'm writing, so that you can also follow up. Okay. All right. Now let's say, uh, let's ask our AI tool to build a web page that introduces you. Okay. Try a prompt like this: create a web page that introduces me. Okay. Include my name in giant colorful letters. One fun fact about me, and a background color I like. Okay. All right. So let's see how much the AI knows me. So if you are not logged in, uh, it would just use some random things that are generally common. But if you have an account, it would try to take up the previous context that you have done, and then just introduce you about that. Okay. So it just rendered, or a fun fact, he once put together a print ready lecture guide to teach high schoolers how to build a Super Mario game using vibe coding in just 2 hours. This because this it took out because this is exactly what the session is about. And the last thing that I discussed with the AI was basically this. Okay. So okay. Okay. So have you been able to get this fun fact? Can you drop in the chat what fun fact you received? It will be very interesting to see. Fun fact: I built Stadium Mind AI, a hackathon app for FIFA World Cup 2026. Awesome. Nice. Awesome. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Very good. A lot of people are seeing that. Awesome. Nice. Nice. Awesome. So until here, everything is clear to you guys. We are just writing prompts in simple English language. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Now there are several things you can do with that. Since this page is in HTML, you can actually download it as an HTML or publish it in some things. Publish, we won't take it up, but you can download this and save in your system. Okay. Awesome. Nice. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. So how many of you were able to get the fun fact in the first attempt? Awesome. Nice. 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 Very good. Very good. Let's move on then. Okay. So now let's just come up and discuss some of the vibe coding loop and prompting basics. Okay. Now that you have done it once, let's slow down and talk about the actual process, because this loop is what separates someone who gets frustrated and gives up from someone who actually builds something amazing. Okay. So in general, there is a chain that you always need to follow. It starts with describe, tell the AI what exactly you want in plain English. Okay. Generate, the AI then generates the code. Run, you actually open it and look at it every single time and observe, compare to what you see, what you wanted, and then refine. Tell the AI what to fix or add next, one step at a time. Okay. So, for example, uh, in this, we can actually see the HTML code it has generated for this. If I just hit this, or I can just do an inspect from here, and it would give me the page code of the HTML it has generated. Okay, this is one way. The second way is that you just download this as an HTML. I have downloaded it, and then I can just open it from any of the text editor, let's say Visual Studio Code. So I can now see exactly what HTML code it has written. Okay. Now the benefit of here is that if there is very small changes that you want to do in this code itself, if you are familiar with HTML, you can do that here also. Okay. So where is everyone able to download the file? Yes, you can see the code. Awesome, awesome, nice. Okay. So with this cycle of describe, generate, run, observe, refine, this is basically a looped cycle. This is not a open with what? Not in Chat GPT. Okay. Chat GPT should also give it. Let me try. Let me paste the prompt here. Okay. I'll what I'll do is that I'll paste the prompt for everyone also. Okay. Hmm. So since I'm not logged in, it would ask me for the name, fun fact, etc. Use anything random. Okay, Prashant. Yeah. So just to summarize, vibe coding is basically the prompts that you give to a system, and the system generates the code for you. Okay. And what we did was we just opened ChatGPT and we just put up this prompt. If you're not logged in, it doesn't know you, so it would ask for what is your name, what is fun fact about you, all those things. Okay. So now, so is this what you are getting, folks who are using Chat GPT? Okay, okay. So since the demo screen is not there with Chat GPT and Gemini, what you can just do is copy this, open any editor of your choice. Let me open Visual Studio Code. Sorry. Let me do a new file, HTML. Just paste it, save it, and then I can just see the file should be here. Okay. So this is the file. I can just open it and you can see it running. Right. You can open it in a browser or anything, but this is how generally you can, for those with whom preview is not available, you can do this. Okay. Okay. Traditional coding is died. Not actually, but yeah, I can positively say that beginner level stuff is actually facing challenges. So until unless you don't understand systems, it becomes difficult for you to land somewhere the tech systems. Okay, so these are the basics that you just need to be clear about. Okay. Yes, you can copy and paste the paste in VS Code. That's totally fine. Uh, Okay, let's take some questions. And free tier in Claude, we must be good at writing prompts. Prompt engineering matters. Actually, not. Prompt engineering was something that mattered last year, but you would see that as new models come up with AI. Okay, for example, the previous top tier AI model was Claude Sonnet 4.6. Okay, now you can see that we have Sonnet 5. Now, Sonnet 5 is basically more good in understanding if you have missed something. Okay, so prompt engineering is not that important. You just need to understand recursively how you can modify this. Okay, repeat the step after inspecting it. Okay, so any browser you can just right click and type inspect, but for those who are actually seeing this HTML file, you can just copy paste in VS Code or any notepad or anything, and then your HTML file will be generated, and you can just directly use it. Okay. I am using Claude for so that we can go faster. Okay, 40 minute ka session miss ho gaya. Okay, no issues. You can it's just prompts. Okay, so whatever prompts I'll be sharing with you, you can just copy paste, edit it on your site, and just try it out. Okay, just do it with me. Okay, all right. So let me give you some examples of a good and a bad prompt. Okay, a bad prompt would be something like common. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so a bad example would be like make a game. So if it is too vague, the AI has to guess everything. Okay, then it becomes very difficult. A good prompt would be something like that: create an HTML5 canvas with a game with a red square character on green ground that moves left and right with the arrow keys. And another bad code for a particular error scenario would be it's not working, fix it. Okay, and a good prompt would be when I press the right arrow key, the character doesn't move at all. Here's my code, what's wrong? Okay, so the golden rule is that be specific about what you see and what you want, as if you're describing your screen to someone who cannot see it all. So visualization is probably the most important thing you have to keep in mind in case of vibe coding. Okay. All right. Yes, we shouldn't write vague prompts because AI would be confused and it can hallucinate on several things. So, for example, if let's say in this case only, in this chat GPT, what it generated, I didn't mention what is my name, what is a fun fact. I just asked it to use anything random. So it just randomly took any name, Alex, and randomly took any fun fact. So this is not that we generally want. We want the AI to be more specific. So we should never use vague prompts. Okay. Specifications, whatever specifications you have in your mind, that itself is fine. Yeah, I think you should be getting a recording of this session. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's practice some of the refined steps. Okay. Let's build something simple. So what now I'll do is, okay, write it with me. Create a button that says click me. Okay. Since click me is the button text, I'll highlight this in inverted comma. Okay. When I click it, change the background color of the page to any random color. Okay. Let me just paste this prompt. You can also try that. And let me give this. Okay, it has generated a code, and now this is the presented file. Okay. Okay. So when I click it, the background of the page changes. So ignore this. This is basically the margin of that. All right. For interactions, button with CSS is required. Am I right? Yes, you are right. And that is also something that AI takes care of on itself. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that. Then the next thing. Okay, let's just refine, not just restart. Now make the button bigger. Okay. Um, give it rounded corners and add a little bounce animation on whenever I click it. Okay. Right now, there is no bounce animation. It's just a clicking animation. Okay. So now the button is bigger, you can see. And what happens when I click it? It bounces. Okay. So since we defined it very clearly, it was able to pick it up. Okay. So here we didn't start over. We just built on top of what has already worked. This is called refining. And this is exactly how we are going to build our Mario game for the rest of today. Okay. One small testable piece at a time. Okay. All right. Your Let's do something more. Okay. I'll give you a practice exercise. Uh, Very simple. Uh, okay. You can use this prompt. I'll paste it in the chat. Build a counter app. Show a number starting at 0 with +1 and a -1 button that changes the number. Okay. Okay. I want you to type this in your system and let me know. Does that give you a calculator? I made the Super Mario clone. Awesome. That's nice. What does this prompt means? So this is just creating a counter app uh, like this. So is this what you're getting? See, we can interact with it. Yes, yes, just a counting application. You also got the same? Okay. Put a thumbs up, guys, if you are finished with it. We can then try to do an upgrade on it. Okay. So now the problem with this counter is that it would store the current uh, option of it. Let's say that I have already counted to some things and then I wanted to reset. So how can I do that? I'll have to add a reset button, which when added, the counter number should go to 0. Okay. Now I want you to write this prompt uh, uh, on just write a prompt that add a reset button and made the number turn red whenever it goes below 0. Okay. Yeah. Just let me know how does it work. After that, I'll show you how exactly it is working. Competition topic, I think you'll have to check with the panelists. Okay. Yeah. Uh, I'll just repeat the prompt. Add a reset button and make the number turn red whenever it goes below 0. Or you can, give any kind of additional thing. By reset, by default, you made it. Yes, Raj. Awesome. 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 Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'll paste the prompt here. For those, let's say if I go to 1, 2, 3, 4, then -1 whenever go, it goes to red color, and then I can reset it to go to 0. So this is a basic app where you just created with 4 lines, 4 English lines. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay, as of now, so since we were able to create something basic with vibe coding, let's have any questions that you guys have before we go on for a 5 minute break. Yeah, any question? Are you using the pro version? Yes, I am, because I have a lot of tasks that I can do on Claude with Pro, but it's not necessary for the smaller things. It's not necessary. My reset button is on the left. Yeah, that is fine, because you didn't actually specify where exactly the reset button has to be. Okay, so this is how specifications work. If you just mention again that, move the reset button to the center, it would move it to the center. Okay. Is there any website that we don't get limit for Claude account? No, unfortunately not. I think the subscription for Claude is $20. The free one has a limit. Why are we using HTML, not Python? Because I wanted you to guys to be just familiar first with the concept of vibe coding, and it's easier to investigate and run basic HTMLs. Okay. Okay. Open router, you can try it. Yes. Open router, but that also doesn't give you unlimited for Claude. Okay. How did we see in Claude and what we connected to versus VS Code? So in VS Code, you'll just have to copy this HTML, paste it, and ये गेम कब बनाओगे? बनाएंगे भाई, बनाएंगे. Okay. Learning CSS, Olama offline server. Offline server, तो it's always unlimited. Allow participants to copy and paste their code. I have been sharing the code. Okay. Yeah, we'll have a 5-minute break right now. Like if there's an organization with open source code, can I apply it to like this methods? We can't. Are you not able to see you copy from the chat? Okay. Limitation of Zoom, I guess. Okay. Shared document would be difficult. Okay. What you can do is that just uh, manually read the prompt and write it up. If it fails, no issues. That would be just give you a learning jump. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's have a 5-minute break. Now is 4:55. We'll meet again at 5. Okay. Yeah. Meanwhile, you can drop the questions. I'll take up the questions once the break finishes. Yeah. See you soon.
Hi everyone, am I audible? Please let me know in the chats. Okay, so you had questions like certificate will be provided or not. Yes, certificates will be provided to all the participants who are attending this boot camp. Okay, I I hope I'm clear with this. Also, you were asking about the prize money and everything. Yes, uh, after, you will be making this Super Mario game in this boot camp, which will be evaluated by our team, and the team will choose the top three participants who will win first, second, and third, and they will be let know in the group, in the WhatsApp community, or in the social media post, and we will reach out to you about if you have won the or not, and we will let you know about the next process and everything. Yes, there's prize money. You can win up to 10,000. The 10,000 prize will be divided among the three winners. When we have to submit the game, so after the boot camp is over, you will be given a deadline, and within that deadline, you have to submit the game. I will also be sharing a form with you, and you have to submit the live link of the game in that form, and the team will evaluate that uh, game. When will the result of the last boot camp be announced? So there were a lot of like participants in the previous boot camp, so we are taking a little more time to evaluate the projects. So I think within 3 to 4 days, the winners of the previous bootcamp will be announced. And some people are saying they have not received the certificates. Please check your emails because certificates have been shared with the email with you in your emails. But on the emails that you have registered while registering for the bootcamp. If you have registered with a different email ID and you have registered in Zoom with a different ID, then there might be possible that you have not received the certificate. In that case, you have to reach out to me personally in my WhatsApp, and I will be sharing you the certificate personally. You can expect the result of this bootcamp within 7 days. Before next Friday, you will get the result of this bootcamp. And for the previous bootcamp, I think on Monday, on Tuesday, you will get the result of the previous bootcamp as well. The bootcamp is only for today for this event where you will be creating a 2D game. Yes, you can join Vedam School of Technology if you have received yes, but still you have to apply for the vsat exam. You have to pay the examination fees, okay, and then the team will reach out to you for the interview. If you have any questions regarding that, you can personally ask me in my WhatsApp. And regarding the admission fees, yes, uh, uh, so the total 4-year plan for the BTech in Computer Science at Vedam School of Technology is 18 lakh, excluding hostel fees. Okay, but there are scholarships which you can avail. We have merit-based scholarship, we have women's scholarship, defense scholarship, and we also have EWS scholarship. So depending on your VSET score, you will get a scholarship that ranges from 0 to 100%. Last year, the highest scholarship was 80%. This year, it's still 60%. We are still looking for those students who can get a scholarship up to like 100%.
Okay, welcome back, folks. Should we continue, or do you have any questions?
Hi, Gaurav, you can continue. Yes.
Okay, sure. Awesome. Okay, someone has posted a long question. Uh, okay, okay, let's do one thing. After we are able to create the game, I'll take 10-15 minutes for any questions that you have, okay, regarding career and growth. Okay, I'll be really glad to help all of you guys. Okay, let's continue. So, great work so far. Now, let's start with our game. So, before we start building our Mario game, let's learn 6 words. Okay, you don't need to memorize the definitions, you just need to recognize these ideas so that you can talk to AI about them, and so that you can debug when something goes wrong. Okay, no issues, Satvi. We have just started for our mobile game. Okay, so these 6 words start with canvas. So what is canvas? Canvas is the rectangular area of the screen when the game where the game is drawn. So for this example, this entire screen would be called as a canvas. Okay. Then the second word is sprite. What is sprite? Sprite is any character or object in the game. Mario, a coin, an enemy, usually just a colored shape or a small image. Okay. Third word is game loop. Code that runs over and over many times per second, redrawing the screen slightly different each time, like a flip book that creates the illusion of movement. Next are coordinates. So every sprite's position of the screen, x comma y, is marked by a coordinate. Okay, measured in pixels from top left corner. Okay, next is gravity. So a Mario game obviously needs gravity so that you can get down. So gravity would be a constant force pulling the character downward so that they fall unless something like the ground stops them. Okay. And then collision detections. A code that checks whether two sprites are touching. So when a Mario sprite touches a coin sprite, the coin sprite should disappear and it should get added to the uh, to basically your scoreboard. Third word was game loop, code that runs over and over. So what happens is the game does not have one single screen. We As we move forward, we keep redrawing the screen again and again. And coordinates are basically the XY position. Assume that this is a XY plane. Okay, so this position could be 5, 10. This could be, let's say, 25, like this. Okay. It work on mobile phone. I'm not sure it should, but the display would be very small for you to try out. So I think the laptop is good. Third word is the game rule. No, game loop. LOOP. Wait, let me write the words. First word is canvas. Okay. Second word is sprite. Third word is game loop. Fourth word is coordinates. Fifth word is gravity. Sixth word is collision detection. Okay. I have no laptop. Okay. Neeraj, I think you can access the recording of this later on. Can I make it for Windows instead of a mobile platformer? Yeah, you can make it for any platform. Right now, we'll be just doing it for HTML so that it works across any platform that you try out. But yeah, you can do this. You just have to replace that, where we write a web page. You just have to replace it with Python code or something like that. So you can do that. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's ask a fun question. So before I told you, how many of you had thought about gravity in the game? Awesome. Nice, nice, nice. A lot of people have thought. That's good. Okay. So in terms of game loop, you have all of you seen how a flipbook works? A flipbook. So what a flipbook does is there are different images on one book, and once you flip it very fast, it looks like an animation is moving. The same concept is applicable to a game. Okay. All right. So vocabulary here is matters. The reason why we are learning this word is that when something breaks later, saying that my collision detection with the coins isn't working gets you a fix in 10 seconds. Saying it is broken gives you nothing. Okay. So specifics are important whenever a game comes. So these words are very important. Just keep this in mind. Okay. So the better your vocabulary, the better your prompts, the faster you build. Okay. All right. Before we start, just a quick copyright note. We are not going to copy the Nintendo's actual Mario work, artwork, music, or anything. We are just building something that is inspired by it. Okay. All right. Let's start. So the first step, which AI we used, you can use any AI, Claude, Copilot, Chat GPT, anything. Okay. All right. So let's start with the first prompt. The first prompt, we'll go ahead. Let's close this so that we have a bigger screen. Okay. Create an HTML5 canvas game in a single HTML file. Okay. Draw a green strip of ground along the bottom of the screen so that there is ground in the bottom of the screen. Then add a red square character standing on it. Okay, so this would be our Mario. Let me move the character left and right using the arrow keys. Okay, okay. Now what happens if it goes out of bounds? So I'll just add a warning and don't let it walk off the edges of the screen. Okay, so this is one basic prompt that would just generate one canvas where our Mario will be positioned and we'll be able to handle it from left to right. Okay, if a prompt is big to create a good game, so prompts are basically incremental. That way it's more better if you do that. I've pasted the prompt just uh, since I guess you guys are unable to copy, you can just refer to it and uh, write it. It should be available in the chat section. Okay, now, okay, just copy that where you are typing. Let's give AI time to create this. Okay, here is a square walker. We can actually move our character left and right. Reference from Minecraft. Yeah, that's also a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me do one thing. Let me use my second screen for the chat so I can go full screen and show it to you guys. That would be better. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Give me a hands up if you are able to create this. If your square box is moving left and right. Yes. Awesome. 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 Okay. Now let's do one thing. Let's take a quick look of this code. Okay. So taking a quick look at the code the AI gave us, you don't need to understand every single line, but see if you can spot a canvas tag. That is our drawing apart. This part. Okay. So this is a function that draws the red square, the green part. Okay, that is the whole game at its core. Draw, check input, repeat. Draw, check input, repeat. So a game is essentially just redrawing of the canvas whenever we get an input. So if we give it a right arrow, this would go right. It would then go left, like that. Okay. All right. Let's continue then. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Are we ready to move on, guys? Okay. Awesome. So the next part would be uh, to add gravity, so that the character jumps, it then falls back right. Okay. All right. So how can we do that? just let us add gravity. Add gravity. Uh, so my character falls downward. Okay. And let me press the space bar to make the character jump. Okay. Make sure the character lands back on the ground and doesn't fall through it or fly off the top of the screen. Okay. So we have described what we want to add so that our character falls downward. Whenever we press spacebar, it would jump, and then we'll make sure that the character lands back on the ground itself, doesn't fall through the ground, and it does not also fly off the top of the screen. Okay. I'll just paste the prompt in the chat as well. Okay. You guys can also do this and let the AI work its magic. Ours, no, Unreal Engine and all, they use a lot of different components. It's not feasible in a 2 hour session because there are physics engine and a lot of things for that to understand. Okay, so the code is ready. Now we can see that we can move the character. If we press space, it jumps, right? See, done. Uh, uh, sure, Rahul, but I would request you to please do not spam the comment section because it would be difficult for other students to read. I'll share with you guys my LinkedIn ID. We can connect. Okay. On which free AI I should do it? Anyone? Claude, Copilot, ChatGPT, Gemini, any one of the free AI. It's totally fine. Okay. So here. Okay. So this one is basically the trickiest so far. Reason being, it's not jumping up, sir. Yeah, that's right. But due to the scope of this curriculum, we'll be just using Claude. Mine is jumping in a straight line only. Just check your prompt. If there is any issue with the prompt, is it mentioned falling downward or upward, not jumping on its own? No, does it jump when you press the space key? Mine is jumping in straight line only. Okay, it's working good. Okay. For those for whom it is not jumping, can you double check the prompt if is there is some mistake? Because see, this is one of the most trickiest so far. Gravity plus landing on the ground trips up even experienced programmers. If a character falls through the floor or jumps forever, don't panic. Just describe exactly what is happening. If let's say for you, if you are seeing that the character is jumping in a straight line, then you can just describe it to the AI that my character is jumping in a straight line. Okay, please fix the collision like this. Okay, the AI can almost always fix it once. I want Minecraft effects, please. So see, text effects or the effects you can just add by using images instead of these blocks. Okay, we'll be just referencing the basics of it so that you can do that. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. Uh, okay. So this is the most common place where students get generally stuck. Okay. Guys, give me a hands up uh, if it is working for you. Working? Working? For those who it was not working, are you able to fix it by reprompting the AI? Just mention what is your issue. Okay. All right. Awesome. Let's move forward then. Okay. Now, the next thing is platforms and enemies. This is a straight ground. We are just jumping over on top of it. We would need some randomly placed platforms so that we can climb on top of that, just like how it happens in the real Mario game. Okay. So let's update this. Add 3 platforms at different heights that my character can jump onto. Okay. Then add one simple enemy, an orange circle. Okay. That moves left and right along the ground. Then what happens if we collide with the enemy? If my character touches the enemy, show a game over message with a button to restart the game. Okay, let me paste this prompt as well. Let's see how well AI is able to figure out. So notice that we are still going one feature at a time. Platforms, then the enemy, then what happens on touch. That's the loop from earlier in action, not up and forward like a leap. If your character is not jumping forward plus up, just mention that to the AI. It would take care of the error. You don't have much tokens. Okay. Okay. Uh, for guys who do not have much tokens, I'll just give you the whole prompt. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So it's game over. Restart doesn't work. Okay. See, here we are getting an issue. What? When I click restart, nothing happens. So I'll just give this input to the AI. Restart button should recreate the canvas. It is not happening. Yeah, I'll be sharing all of the prompts that I have used in a PDF. You'll get all that. Don't worry. Okay. See here, the AI is diagnosing what is a collision overlap, what is happening. The enemy was spawning right on top of the player starting position. So the moment you clicked restart, the collision check fired again instantly and threw you straight back to game over. It looked like the button was broken, but it was actually re-triggering immediately. Moved the enemy starting point away from the player spawn and updated the restart position to match. Now restart properly sets everything and gives you a clean run. Okay. So now let's restart this. You can see that the enemy is coming here. We can just jump right on top of it. Okay. So in this way, whenever you are facing any issue, you can just prompt AI to work on top of it. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, guys, give me a thumbs up if it is working for you. Sensitivity is too high. You can mention this to the AI. It would fix that. Prompt for the fix or prompt for the platform. For the fix, this is prompt. Okay. It worked great in Gemini Pro. Yeah, I can't use that. Restart button should. Okay. Yeah. Let's before this the prompt. I had shared it. 1 second. Yeah. This one. Let me just paste it again. Okay. All right. So let's move on. The next part would be uh, adding coins and a score counter. Okay. So how can we do that? Let's add it. Add 5 small yellow circle coins scattered on the ground and platforms. Okay. Now what happens when our character actually touches the coin? When my character touches a coin, make it disappear and increase, sorry, missed a space, the score counter shown at the corner of the screen. Okay. Let me paste the prompt again. Infinite length is generally not available. What we can do for infinite length is that we have to mention that the screen would extend. Okay. We'll figure that out later on. Can't land it on the brown block. Again, this is something that you can just mention it to the AI. It would directly fix that. And I'm moving cloud mount cursor in that box. I'm not sure about this. Your red square is not jumping. Put this question to AI. Okay. Describe what exactly is happening when you press space and see how it responds. Okay. Let's move on. My red square is down. It is not at the top. Okay. For anyone who is facing any issue, type specifically what you are seeing in the screen to the AI and what you want to happen. Okay, let's say that your box is not jumping. Mention it that your box is not jumping when you press space. Okay. Okay, so 5 gold coins are placed in the ground. So here you can see, let's capture all the coins. Oops. One, two, three, 4, 5. So now we were able to capture all the gold coins. Okay. Yes, it can create different kind of combinations because we have not specified how we want the coins to be arranged, how we want the platforms to be arranged. Okay. Let's say I have my AI creates this in the form of space, in the form of normal platforms. But any other AI could create one here, and one probably here. Okay. So that could be different. That's totally fine. Whatever you want it to be, the changes you want to be, just ask the AI. Sure, sure, sure. We'll be waiting for a few while because before moving on, no worries. Okay. Why can't I tap more? Why can't I tap? Cursor in the chat. Can you refresh the page? Uh, Dhania, you can refresh the page. Add the button to move the red box left and right. Yes, we just mentioned in the prompt that when I press the left key, the box would move left. When I press the right key, the box will move right. Okay. Okay. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. It is not moving up to infinity. Yeah, because we have not defined the repaint of the canvas in terms of moving time. Okay. Sure. Yeah, all of the guys and girls, if you're facing any issues, just try to describe the exact issue to the AI. Okay, what you were seeing and what you want it to do, and let it figure out on itself. That's all vibe coding is about. Okay. Okay, folks, give me a thumbs up for whom it is fine. You're able to collect the coins. Awesome, awesome. Let's wait a couple of minutes more for other folks. Scroll up the conversation, the brown step. Okay, this is the first step. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you all the prompts of this. Can I use emergent AI? Any LLM is fine. You can use anything. I got busy playing it. That's nice. That's the main purpose, right? Can we add more textures or graphics? We can. You can just provide an image and ask it to replace the square with that image. Okay. And so how does Mario generally works is that there are 4 or 5 images fix of Mario. So you would see that when it runs, it just flicks between two different images. Okay. When it jumps, there is only one image, okay, of his position. And when he picks up the flower, the image changes. When he takes up the power up, it changes. So those are all fixed images only. Can you explain the term sprite? So sprite is anything that is there in the game. Okay, every component of the game. So our red box is a sprite. This is a sprite. The coins that we collected is a sprite. Okay, even this land is also a sprite. So this land would define that it can actually land it here. You can use any resources. I would recommend HTML. It would be the easiest uh, for you to just discover this. That's why we have started with it. Uh, Dania, what you can do is use probably any other LLM. Let's make Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah, it would take a bit more than vibe coding. So in a game, generally there are various components, not just graphics that we see. There are voice actors involved. There are environment textures involved. Okay. So right now AI has made a lot of things very easy. Okay. Squad treated with US Army code. No, not yet. Yeah, yeah, you can use any platform. It's totally fine. Which language? As of now, every language has its pros and cons. Okay. So it's not that one language is good for something or one language is bad for the other thing. It's just you'll have to figure out what works best for you. Okay, that's it. Okay. Okay. Let's add some small effects now. Okay. Are we okay to move ahead, guys, folks? Please give me a thumbs up if we are ready. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Let's move ahead then. So let's add some basic effects. So what we can do is that in Mario, what happens is when we pick up a coin, there is a small sparkle animation. Okay. So we can add that. Add a sparkle animation or sound effect when a coin is collected. Okay. See, we are not specifying anything different. What animation, what sound effect, you can actually customize all of these things. Okay. Now I'll just post this in the chat. Okay. So it's architecturing sparkle particles and adding beep sounds. Now trigger the sparkle, the sound on coin collection, and animate the particles on each frame. Now let's draw the sparkle particles. Let's do a final check. Everything is wired correctly. Add it. Okay. Let's start. Can you hear the sound? Let me restart it. Are you able to hear the sound? No? Okay. Okay, try on your system. Yes, you can add texture or character image to AI. You can just drag and drop a picture is there. Your token limit is out. Um, as of now, what you can do for now is just copy paste this HTML code, log in with a different account in Claude, and then you can continue. I'm sorry, the issue is that since we are doing a lot of things now, we would take a lot of prompts. Okay, okay, give me a thumbs up if you guys are able to implement this. If you are able to see the sparkles and a beep sound, nice. Okay, for all any of you who is getting an error, just write the exact error that you are finding, describe it perfectly to the AI, and it would solve. There is sparkle but no sound. You can mention it to the AI that there is sparkle but no beep sound is there, and it would add a beep sound on hits. Okay, this is totally fine. Okay, no, incremental code is always good, so it's better if you refresh your code again and again, because what happens is you write something big and it breaks, it's hard to debug. That's why we are actually going step by step again, or else we can actually give all of this in one single prompt also. That would also work, but that would be hard for you to understand and replicate on your side. Okay, so to talk really, your game probably has broken at least once for everyone who is facing some issue. Okay, that's completely normal. Even professional developers are seeing errors constantly. Okay, like you saw that we also saw an error, right? where the circle was getting drawn on top of the character. So it was always getting reset. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll share the prompt and the entire content of the lecture in a PDF file. Don't worry about it. You'll get all that. Okay. Context window will be reached in one prompt. So are you saying that one prompt to complete all of it? Yeah. We'll be moving ahead. Don't worry. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Apeksha has done it. Okay. So even professional developers are constantly dealing with these sort of errors. So if you're getting an error, do not worry, do not panic. It's not necessary that you get it right in the first attempt. Okay. The difference between someone who gives up and someone who succeeds is knowing how to debug. Okay. So this is a very essential skill to identify what is wrong with your code and then go ahead and fix it. Okay. An error is just an information, not a disaster. Okay. Okay. One more thing that you can do is that whenever you are rendering this page, you can just right click and inspect. So this would work better if you are just launching it on a HTML file. So once you hit inspect, it would give you the entire code of this. Okay. So you can check it over here. And if there is an error, it gives over here the details. So then you can just copy paste this error to your LLM and let it figure out what's the issue. Okay. All right. Okay. You can just mention that I got this error when I ran this game. Here is my code. What's wrong and how do I fix it? Okay, that's it. Ask the AI to explain the bug also in one sentence. That is also fine. Okay. And always keep your last working version saved somewhere so that you have something to follow up to. Okay. You were trying to upload an image when you lose, but it is showing some error. Okay, maybe there could be an issue with the image format or some AIs restrict, uploading of image. You can try with a different LLM. That's also fine. Okay, let's do something. Let's break something on purpose. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's do one thing. We have the code here. Let's copy. Where's my VS code? Hmm. Let me paste it here. Okay. Now let's break something in purpose. Okay. Let's make the enemy too large. Okay, radius is 18. Let's say I make it 200. Okay, now save it and then we'll try to launch it. Open with, yeah, you can see here, this is what we got. Why? Because we increase the radius of the game. So we have broken something on purpose. It would be hard to just, complete the game because it's taking the whole screen. Okay. So then what you can do is you can just take a screenshot of this and just paste it over here. So for example, I'll just take a screenshot and let's just paste it on chat GPT. Okay, it's just uploading. And then you just also copy paste your entire code. And then you just write that my enemy in orange is too big. What is wrong in the code? Orange circle. So we gave it code and we defined in proper way that what exactly it is breaking. Okay. How to make the screen move forward. We'll see that. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. So it mentioned the problem is this line. See, this is what we changed, right? Radius from 18 to 200. You have set radius of 200. Radius of 200 pixel means the circle's radius is 200, diameter is 400. That's why it fills almost half of the canvas. Fix, use a much smaller radius. Okay. So see, I never informed it what I did, but it was able to identify what was my error just on the basis of the screenshot as well as the code. So this is generally how you debug your issues. Okay. Yeah. So just this is it. Okay. So quick question, guys. Has any app or website ever crashed or on you? Give me a thumbs up if it has. You're working on something, maybe Facebook and all, and it just crashed. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. 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 So what do you think? The engineers who built Instagram or WhatsApp, do they still get errors? Of course. Yes. Yes, that's true. Getting an error is completely part of the experiment. It does not mean that you have done something wrong. It always means that something is incomplete. You just have to provide more information for that. That's all. And debugging is kind of similar to how we do in the real code. It's just that in here we leverage the knowledge of AI to figure out. You should know as an engineer. Yeah, of course I know. We have faced a lot of times production breaks and all. Like very recently, I'm not sure if you guys know. I think last year probably some bad update actually broke Windows in a lot of airports. So they had to give a quick fix and fix it very fast. So these things happen. It's totally fine. Okay. All right. Is till this step, is everything clear? Has everyone been able to follow? Dealing with them is the most difficult, correct? Yeah, give me a thumbs up if we are ready to move on. Okay, awesome. Okay, so what's next? Next is that we have created a screen. We have created an enemy, sorry, a canvas, an enemy. We have created several sprites. We have created coins. We have created effects that the coins gives when we touch that. Okay. Now next is let's finish this game with a proper ending. Okay, because every game needs a proper way to win. Okay. So what happens in Mario at the end? They have a golden flag. Okay. So add a golden flag at the far right end of the level. Okay. When my character touches it, show a big you win message with a play again button. Okay. Play again button that restarts the whole game. Okay, let me paste it. How to make the screen move. Okay. We'll do that. It actually takes something more. We'll see if we have time to take care of it. Orchestrating flag placement, collision detection, and victory overlay mechanics. So see, these words that we defined earlier, it's already defining those, right? Collision detection. You win with gold theme. Why are you using Chat GPT without login? The reason being, I don't use Chat GPT that much. I generally use Claude, and for coding, we generally use GitHub Copilot. So that's something that I've gotten used to. Last prompt once more. Okay, let me share once again. Sometimes it can take a while to figure out how exactly it can deliver the exact thing that you have wanted. So Claude is very sharp in this case. Uh, that's one reason for me to use that. Not this one, the one before. Okay, 1 second. One second. Let me share the previous prompt. This one for the stretch, for the sparkle and sound beep effect. Okay, let's restart. Oops. Oh, I played horrible. Where is the flag? Okay, still editing. That's fine. You can use Cloud Code. Yeah, we can use Cloud Code. Cloud Code. Microsoft had a deal with Cloud Code, so we used to have it, but now we have shifted to Copilot. Okay, so here you can see there is a flag. Okay, let's restart the game. Okay, now again you can see there is one error that before even I touch the coin, it's game over. Okay, then let's correct this. Okay, the game is getting over before I collect the last coin. What should happen is the last coin is collected, then the flag lowers to the ground, and then it is game over. Note that when the flag is going down, enemy and main character doesn't move. Okay, So this is the error that we have been receiving. So we'll just share it to Claude. So they're getting bored. See, these are basic things that you need to understand. It's if you are able to get it in one go, that does not mean necessarily that everything you'll be getting up in one go. Okay, so it's totally fine. If you are getting bored, I would say that just introduce some error and then try to see how the AI reacts. It's very interesting to pick up these nuances. I won over 10 time was just running. That's nice. Okay. Meanwhile, while this is getting fixed, okay, what was the trickiest part? Can you guys just drop a comment of that? What was the trickiest part in this entire uh, arc? Platforms. Okay, nice. Your tokens got over, enhancing the same code, correct? The jumping one. Nice. Thanks. Okay. Let's see if our correction is done. See, this is how Mario basically works. Okay, movement, gravity. We can jump for not getting hit when booked like platform. That is different. Yes, this is a good point, Yutashna. This is a good point. You can actually give it to the AI, and it would add a vertical constraint so that you uh, do not the flag prompt, please. Okay, sure. Okay, we'll cater that. We'll cater all the questions. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. Drop the thumbs up, guys, if you are able to get till this far. Also, drop in if you're facing any issues. Can I put this in GitHub? Yes, you can. No issues. Okay. Look at that. So now you have a complete game with start, obstacles, and enemy, coins, score, and a way to win. That's a real playable video game, and you just built the whole thing today. Okay. All right. So since we don't have that much time to cover the next screen part, I'll just briefly explain to you how you can add this into an infinitely moving canvas. You just describe this prompt that I want my character to move beyond the screen. So what would happen if you just move beyond the screen? It should be repainted with a next scene. Okay. So you can add that whenever my character goes out of the screen, the previous part would scroll back, and then uh, we will repaint it with some new random things. Make the character jump on the enemy to kill him. Yes, you can add this as a prompt. Okay. Make the character, whenever I jump on the enemy should disappear, or the enemy should be deflated in a semicircle or something like that. You can just ask the AI. So this is just the basic things. I was able to explain that how exactly these components work. Now the rest of the things, the sky is the limit. You can do anything you want with that. You can add specific enemies with by replacing this orange with a specific image. You can add grass terrains over here. Okay. Then you can add some specific flag. You can add a Mario character. You can change this to collapsible uh, uh, bricks, just as in Mario. Okay. So there are a lot of things that you can do with this. Will everyone get certificate? That you'll have to ask the panelists. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's wait a couple of minutes more for the folks who are currently working. Yeah, guys, paste me any error or any issues that you're getting. so that we can get it addressed? Prompts one again. Yeah, I'll give all of the prompts. Don't worry. I also added mini AI module to my Mario. It shows the problem of winning while playing. Nice. Gravity part is not occurring, sir. Okay. Just mention this exact thing to your AI. Let it figure out. Okay. What about the other fixed animations like clouds? All of that you can add. You can just you have to mention that to the AI that how you want to see the clouds that would be just moving, floating randomly on the sky. Trees that would be constant, how we can make an infinite screen. Okay, so infinite screen is not exactly an infinite screen. It is just a connection of various frames. Okay, so this is a one canvas. Then there would be a second canvas where the platforms would be different. Okay, then would be a third canvas where a platform would be different. So you can just ask your AI to create, let's say, 5, 10 different canvases. You can specify what each canvas would look like, and then you can mention the AI that stitch the canvases all together so that we move from one canvas to other. Okay. Yes, I think recording you will get. How to share the game with friends? Very simple. Just download it as an HTML. Okay, and just share this HTML file to your friends. That's it. If they have a browser, they can just open this. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's recap what you did in just 2 hours. You learned that vibe coding, what vibe coding actually is. You learned how to write clear prompts an AI can act on. You learned real game development vocabulary. You built a complete playable platformer game from scratch, and you learned how to debug when things get wrong. This is a genuine professional skill set. This is the exact loop of describe, generate, run, refine, and how real software teams are actually acting to build products today. Okay. Can I randomize the obstacles or coin? Yes, you can. You just have to mention it to your prompt that on every restart of the game, the appearance of the coins over the platforms and the ground should be random. It would handle that. Okay. Okay. Now we can take all the questions. You are currently pursuing BTech in some university, and so there are new opportunities to learn from you guys. Yes. I'll drop in my LinkedIn profile. You guys can reach out to me. If you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer. Explain the term sprite. So sprite is every component of the game, every component that can do something and that uh, we can do on top of something. So for example, the enemy is a sprite. Okay. So whenever your character hits the sprite, some action would happen. So in this case, when you hit an enemy, it's game over, right? Or you can add some other component that when you hit an enemy, your character would shrink down. Okay, like giving one life. Okay, awesome. How can I make the canvas moving? Yeah, the same thing that I mentioned previously. You need to have different canvases or basically different pages. Okay, so you would mention that stitch the two canvases so that I can move from one to the other, and the screen should be like a window that scrolls from one canvas to the other. Okay, wait, let me quickly. My screen is visible, right? Also, someone from tier 3 colleges, how to secure off campus placement. Yeah, I'll take up those questions after this. Okay. All right. So see, this is our canvas. Okay, where we dropped our game. We did one screen, right? Now, what happens if I add another canvas? Okay, canvas 2. This had some platforms here, here, here. This might have platforms here, here, here. Okay, so now if I just stitch these two together, and then my character is here, and when I go to here, it would go into the next screen. So how to avoid that? You do that by having a window. Okay, this is your current window. This is your current window, which can follow the movement of your character. Okay, now once you have this, then this window can move left and right as per how your character is moving. And then you can add infinite number of canvases. You can add a canvas 3 here. Okay, let's say this is canvas 3. Then what happens? Your window where your character is, the current window, it would just move ahead along with the character. So you are going from here to here to here to here, here. That's how you can do an infinite part. Okay. Yes, this is the way to infinite loop. Uh, is it too long? Yeah, it is long because see, most of the game levels are designed in that way only. So that in the beginning you don't have hard platforms, in the end you have harder platforms. Okay. So okay, what exactly should be nice? Okay. Okay, folks. Okay. So you can take up some additional tasks. You can uh, probably add a second level like this canvas, or you can add a complete background image or a background music. Okay, or you can also try a completely different game like Flappy Bird or Snake would be easier because it doesn't need much more different canvases. Or maybe a simple quiz app. You can also try AI native coding tools like Claude Code, Cursor, or Replit for bigger projects. And one thing I would recommend is I'll share with you all the prompts. Just try to formulate one entire prompt from this, and then try that in one prompt if you are able to create a game. You will realize that why iteration is useful. Okay, because what happens is sometimes the context becomes too much for an AI to handle. Okay, so it might hallucinate on some things. You will say that draw an enemy circle in orange, and yes, you have to recreate canvases again and again, but that is also something that you don't have to do. You can just ask AI to randomize new canvases with different platform postings and different enemies. Okay, that's it. Awesome, nice. Some AI tools which we can make LLMs. Um, So unfortunately, whenever you are making a game for monetizing, then you have to add a lot of resources and the other things. So AI is useful to create, these basic games or maybe a basic skeleton structure. But more than that, you would need, uh, additional AI tools or maybe even paid subscriptions. Yes, you can add Mario images also. That's totally fine. Okay, let me do that. No issues. Let me do that. That's it. Hmm. So Mario 2D image. Okay. So you can see this is the 2D image of the Mario, right? So okay, this is licensable. Okay, this is not licensable. We can download this. Copy image. Just copy it. No, no need to also download it. Okay. Replace the red square with this image. Added this image, let it cook. Okay, you have created different files. So the last one would have, mostly essential things, paying copyright consents. Okay, so this is also something that you have to keep in mind. It would check if there are some copyright constraints of this, right? My square is not moving. Uh, this is an error. You just have to prompt the AI for that. You can deploy using Streamlit. Yes, you can. How to publish games. So publishing on Play Store has a lot of different steps. You'll have to create a lot of documentation on top of that. The app is in different format, all those things. Okay. See, here also it is looking for sprite image dimensions. Mm, no, for publishing on Play Store, you don't have to buy custom domain. If your game is simple enough that you don't need, custom data storage, you can have local DB and all, but that's a different thing. There's some other animation, AI maker. There are others. Ring is there one that I know of that you can use to, you know, make AIs. Okay, so why it incorporates this image on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you build another game or app this week from what you learned today? Okay, drop me a number. Nice, nice, nice. Harshita, why 6? Are you busy? Yes, 4 to 5 games today easily. Awesome, awesome. Nice, nice, nice. So good to hear. Yes, yes, yes. I'll share my LinkedIn account. Don't worry. Okay, nice, awesome. Okay. Yes, this is a website-based game because this is a web page. You can have a game in any other language. You can ask it to write a C++ game and then just compile and run it. That's also fine. Definitely, Shika. That's very good. This is just a basic template. You can do a whole lot of things if you just understand the fundamentals. So what we basically did, we just used the 6 fundamental things of a game: canvas, sprite, collision mechanics, gravity, and 2 others. Okay, and on the basis of that, we were able to create this company. Okay, all right. Let's see if it is able to incorporate Mario size player. Okay, try to play again. Does not. Okay, then we can give red box is not replacing. Sorry, image is not replacing the red blocks. Image is not replacing the red box for the main character. This is an error. You can add Mario. Yeah, there could be copyright issues. You're using the same artifact. You can just, uh, you know, add some other character. That's also fine. Awesome, definitely. Okay, yeah, you can see here it did give an image, right? Now I can use that, but the problem is that it has a box around it. Okay, so how do we replace that? We use a transparent image. So this image is not transparent. Okay, you'll have to convert this to a transparent image so that it only has this dimension. Okay, and then you can use on top of it. Done. All right. Let me just give you a screenshot of the entire prompt chain that we had used. I'm copying, pasting it in the chat. And I'll also just drop this HTML file so that for those who are willing to look at the code, you can just look at it and figure it out. How to remove background of image. You will have to convert it to a transparent PNG. That is also something that you can do with AI. You can mention that this is an image. I want you to use it as a 2D asset. So remove the background so that it clubs with the game. It would just do that. Yes, you can use background remover. That's also fine. Okay, let me share Square Walker 2. This is the HTML file, and these are the prompts. Okay, all right. So now let's take any other questions that you have before we just uh, go ahead and wrap this up. Any other questions regarding career advice or anything that you guys want? I'm here, no issues. Can you suggest some other topics for beginners other than what you have said before, like Canvas, Gravity? So there are a lot of things to a game. Audio files, the background resources. Okay, in a lot of games there are physics engines. Okay, so that actually defines uh, how exactly different components work. So you would have seen that in some games, the main character's hair flies in a different direction. Okay, when he jumps, it's a different animation. So all these are part of the physics engine. So that is one very major component of any particular game. Okay, so that is something that you can keep in mind. In the appendix also there are some other. Sorry, in the screenshot that I shared, it also had some other parts. Okay, now let's take some questions for Dania. For someone who's working in Microsoft, I mean, how did you got there? What skills? Okay, so I got here because uh, before Microsoft, I have been working with Amazon as a part of mobile application developer. So I got the job on the basis of the particular requirement that were there. But in general, most of the companies have a very fixed interview set. Um, there are data searches and algorithms, 1 to 2 rounds, followed by some sort of designing or some sort of machine coding things. Okay, uh, you can choose a specific field, but I would say that uh, be free for getting into anything specific, because what happens is that sometimes some of the fields vanishes very quickly. So just as I was saying, prompt engineering was very popular last year, but today it's not that popular. Why? Because AI has evolved. Okay, so it's better if you have a fundamental understanding of the broader subset. Okay, how data searches algorithms work, how LLMs work. Okay, and then you can use LLMs to code in any of the language. So I'll give you my example. When I was working in mobile development, I was working with Java in Android and Objective C in iOS. So all of a sudden, Objective C became obsolete. Swift became the main criteria for iOS development, and Android development moved from Java to Kotlin. Okay. Now, At that time, we had to ramp up again with a new language. But now it is very easy. You can just leverage AI to give you a brief of the language. You can just copy paste a code, and the AI can explain how it works. Okay. So what happened is, when I moved from Amazon to Microsoft, we were working on React Native. I hadn't worked on JavaScript before, okay, or React Native before, but I didn't face any issues at all because of AI. Okay, so that's the thing, that how you leverage AI for your overall learning. That's the most important. Tier 3 colleges, how to secure off campus placement. As of now, I would say that being from tier 1 or tier 2 doesn't matter that much in general. Okay, it's just that your profile should be efficient enough. So what I would recommend is, build a good GitHub profile and build a good LinkedIn profile. Do some projects that you can show off in your CV. Okay, some complicated projects, or maybe uh, some projects that you can highlight that, yeah, this is something that I did. Okay, that's a very good thing. It's good to apply for internships. For internships, there is no bar for any college and all. Okay. Okay, what is my role as a senior software developer? Okay, so I work in Power Apps. So Power Apps is Microsoft's platform to develop native and non-native apps for field workers. So for factories, for airport kiosks that you see, that's all running in Power Apps. So I'm part of that team, and my particular charter is related to offline. So I handle that part wherein how the app behaves and works where when it is connected to offline. Okay. And my role generally is to basically create features, guide software engineer one and twos to cover that, mentor any intern, all those things comes. Okay. The document share tips on token optimization. Yeah, I'll Okay, let me do one thing. Let me drop my LinkedIn ID. You guys can. It's not that much updated. Yeah. For any other resources that you want, you can just ping me in LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to share it. Okay. Okay. Someone is asking CTC. Sorry, man. That's confidential from HR side. I'll get fired if I tell you. Okay, why then people fight for tier 1, tier 2 colleges? So this actually is something more of a how I would say, hype, because see, a lot of people are working with me who are not from IITs. Okay, that's totally fine, and people are also working with me who secured, I guess, top top 10 or top 20 in IITs. That doesn't matter. Ultimately, it's just that how much skill you have developed, because that's the only thing that matters. Okay, so that's the most important thing. Okay, I would say that build your GitHub profile and build your LinkedIn profile. Highlight your certificates, highlight your experiences, what apps you have built, what web pages you have built. Okay, those things. Where to find project ideas? Again, ask AI. Best way. Okay, you can just mention that I'm